So first of all, really thank you for coming. In real estate in general, it's proven that when you get out of your comfort zone, you do achieve the results that you want. It's much easier to sit right now at home and drink a cup of coffee or wine and watch TV, right? But it's proven that when we went to door knock, with a few simple lines, we could get into people's homes and actually get some contacts, get leads, and that's what I want to cover today. First of all, I wanted to talk about how to generate leads within your family and friends, and whether you should even work with family and friends. That applies to you. Huh? How to get listings within family and friends, what to say to family and friends. You don't have to write anything down. I'll provide you some scripts, and if you need to ask something, ask. I will answer. You don't have to write, just listen. Do we give discounts for commissions?
No.
For family and friends?
No.
Cashbacks, anything like, how do we talk money to our family and friends? And I'm so happy that Bolao is here and Fred, because we already had some good and bad experience with family and friends, including me, right? And is it even a good idea to work with family and friends? So before you even get to talk about this topic, you need to ask yourself, do you want to work with this particular person? Do you have mutual respect to this person? And do you like this person? Because you also have a choice. Just because you have a real estate license, it doesn't mean that they have to do business with you. It doesn't mean. And they also have a choice. Just like you go to a grocery store and you have multiple choices, they also have 1,500 around the corner, real estate agents, and they also have a choice. So how do we approach this situation and how do we talk to them? Even for an experienced real estate agent, you wouldn't believe, but some family don't want to work with us. And because they simply don't want. They have somebody else that they prefer to work with. And it will happen to everybody. However, how do we make business with family and friends? And what do we say to them in order just to attract their attention and in order to make sure that they consider us as a real estate agent, even if we have zero experience? Okay? So first of all, those are some scripts that you can take later. Whatever I use personally, I just printed it, and you're welcome to use the same thing when you talk to somebody. But what you will find out that when you start talking, my way of learning how to talk to people is I write everything down. All my listing presentations are written down. All my small talks, when I go door knock, I write them down and I repeat them 100 times before it sounds natural. So when they open the door, I am like, boom. They're like, huh, what happened? So I just throw the sentence to them and they're like, what? Are you real? Yeah, I'm a real estate agent. So and AJ is a witness. We went door knocking together. So if you decided to work with a family member and you have no experience or you're not sure how to approach them, number one, first of all, before you even, and I know some people do have a lot of contacts in their database, you need some reason to contact them. You need a reason to contact them. So you need to organize all your contacts. And I sent to everybody an email from the beginning to organize your contacts, provide me the contacts. We provide a CRM, very smart CRM system that records everything, addresses, birth dates, purchase anniversary dates, everything. This CRM helps us to organize and remember things that we wouldn't otherwise. I don't remember anybody's birthdays. If not Facebook and my CRM, I wouldn't know to send them a happy birthday card. Because now I have a CRM and I print everything and boom, I know September, this is my to-do list for happy birthdays, right? So you need to organize all your contacts and use the CRM to help you. The second thing, if you are new, I know AJ already has a social media account and Bolao, and you already know, you're already in the business. But for some of you that are not, create a social media account, learn how to use Instagram and Facebook, and start posting something. Every day, something, a house, say something. Even if you have an accent, I also have an accent. Don't listen to yourself. Always post something and say something. First, people will judge you. Second, people will judge you. Third, people will judge you. Fourth, they will call you. So they always judge. If you don't do anything, nobody judging you. If you start doing something, suddenly you have opinions about, oh, you should have done that, you should have done that. Don't listen to people's opinions. Do whatever you gotta do, okay? Open, there is multiple channels in YouTube, how to use Instagram, how to use Facebook. I don't even know myself how to use all of it, to be honest with you, but I try to post something every day. Today I also posted something. If somebody follows me, they know. After you organize your contacts and you need to start contacting people, you have people in whoever has religious practices, they have contacts in churches, in synagogues, in mosques. Anywhere you go, you have people who you can talk to. Especially of those we're covering family and friends today. How do we talk to family and friends? So there are a few very, very simple lines. When I sit in the office and I have nothing to do, and I know, why is the music running? Yeah, it was nice. And I know that I have some people that I haven't talked to for a while. And everyone knows some people that they just lost contact with. How do we start talking to them? And I used to call just like, hey, I haven't talked to you for 3 years, but let's meet. Awkward, right? It's really awkward. And you have to put yourself sometimes in awkward situations because you're learning from them, right? You are learning. But I found that there are a few lines that do really help to get in touch again. You get a list of people that you haven't talked for a while, and you do as if you are doing a showing in their neighborhood. And your client actually wants to give an offer in their neighborhood. But you know where they live. So you can give them a call and say, hey, John, I know we haven't talked for a while, but you know what? I'm right beside your house. I'm going to be beside your house like tomorrow at 5 p.m. Are you going to be home? Do you have any plans? Like I haven't seen you for ages. So I'm just going to be beside your home. Can I drop by, grab a bottle of wine, go to LCB, grab a bottle of wine, and come to their home, even if you didn't have a showing. You're coming to their home for a purpose to say hi. You're coming, oh, by the way, like, what were you doing here? I just had a showing with my client. They really want to put an offer on this particular property. You look up in advance, you know the property, but you know what? No, but how are you doing? Just have a conversation. Doesn't matter real estate. And then you start to talk to them again. You haven't talked for 2 years, but it doesn't sound awkward. You came with a bottle of wine. You maybe had a glass of wine, crack some jokes, read something funny. No jokes. When you are talking to people, they like you to be funny. No, get some jokes and talk to them. And that's how you can easily renew your contact, start talking again, invite them over for dinner, and then you'll be surprised. It doesn't happen immediately, but that's one of the ways how you can start talking to people that you haven't talked to for a while. If you have really a close family that you are in touch with, and they know that you just got your real estate license, you can say, hey, you know what? You don't need this awkwardness, but you can say, hey, you know that I just got my real estate license, and I really need your help. Would you mind helping me out? What would you usually answer? Of course, but I'm not planning to buy or sell anything. Like, how do you want me to help you? But you're a rookie, you're new, you don't need them to buy. Well, of course you do, but that's not the purpose of your call. I don't need I don't need your business. I simply want to practice on you. I want to present to you, and I want to get feedback. I want your feedback of how I present. Is it okay with you? Of course it's okay with you. We have for that a seller's guide and a buyer's guide that will essentially explain everything about our team and about who we are. Since you are part of the team, and even when I present, I also refer to a team. I am not only presenting about you, people don't like you to talk about you. People like you to talk about somebody else. Oh, which brokerage are you working with? Oh, it's Remax, right at home. What do they have to offer? So not only that we're a part of a big brokerage, we're also part of a successful team, and here is all the information. You learn that by heart, so you don't need to look, and let them look. And you just explain, we have a seller's guide, we have a listing protocol, we have a lot of stuff that we can talk about. And when you're coming and presenting to people that you know, you're just presenting, and that's one of the ways that you share your information, that you're a real estate agent and part of the team. And at the end of it, the presentation, you can tell them, hey guys, can I ask you a huge favor? When you are going to sell or buy a house, can you simply give us an opportunity to present to you again? You're probably gonna interview multiple agents for the business, right? Can we be just one of those? Is it okay with you? No obligation, no nothing, just give us a chance. And usually when you ask in such a way, they do give you a chance. And when they give you a chance, you get the business, right? At least you have a chance, which is a very high chance because you personally know the person. Even the guy that we were presenting, right? We went together to a listing presentation. He did give her a chance. He did know her personally, but she didn't get it. But he did refer to her some other business, right? So it still opens doors. Some people will prefer to work only with this agent, but they will refer you somebody else, which is essentially will grow your business because there are so many people and you can grow your business. You wouldn't even know where the next client is coming from. You're going to be focusing on this particular client, but this particular client for sure is not going to buy for you, and somebody else that you don't even think of him is going to buy with you. You can also, if you don't feel competent to present yourself, sometimes you never know who you're going to present to. Sometimes you know that this person, for example, is a millionaire. He drives, I don't know what, and we feel intimidated. When I door knocked, well, I used to door knock on neighborhoods, I used to door knock, or I used to put a flyer, run away. Some people have dogs, and if you come to the door, only just coming to the door, putting the flyer, you hear the dog, you run away. Because I don't know, I was like that. And now I am looking forward for them to open the door because I know they're not going to kill me. They're not going to kill me. They're not going to say anything. Some people are rude, but they're rude by nature. They're not rude because you just knocked on their door. They're rude because they're rude people. And I have received such an awkward. Remember this guy that opened? And we got his email address. He opened, he was like, what? I thought you were taking pictures of my house, And he got lost a little bit, and I was like, hey, buddy, and we started a conversation, and he actually gave us his email address because he might be considering selling in the future, who knows? So now I'm looking forward for them to open the door and actually have a conversation and get to know. And I have a system how I know, even if I go next time to this neighborhood, I have a system to know which door to knock next time and which door I shouldn't knock because they will get even more pissed at me, and we don't need that, right? We want to talk to only those people who are nice, kind, and those are the people that we want to work with. So when we knock on those doors, we focus, we need to know who is behind the door. But I think I'm off topic now about door knocking and talking to family and friends. But is it clear about family and friends? So those things, those two things that you can say, this will guarantee you an opportunity to introduce that you are in business as a real estate agent. And even if you have never presented, you have been in the industry for a while, but you haven't done a listing, you can also go to a family and friend that hasn't purchased houses with you and practice. It's the same. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything that you have been in real estate for a while. It applies to me as well. But fortunately, I am doing some listing presentations, and I've recorded my latest one. But it's another way to get in touch with people and show them what we have.
Can we listen to your presentation?
I recorded it and I was editing it, but it's such a long, it's over half an hour, over an hour of raw material, and I needed to, and it was not a natural way because I already presented them before, and this time I came with a camera to present again, so it was a little bit rushed. But I will show it to you. As soon as I'm finished, I will show it to you. And you will generate listings with family and friends, guaranteed. Even though some of the experiences, family and friends, all people lie. All people lie. And family and friends specifically, they will lie to you as well. And we do have some experience of family lying, and to me as well. Keep your emotions out of it, because it's a business, it's money, and when it comes to money and relationships, sometimes it's very complicated. Even if people are not doing business with you because of family or because they don't see you're competent, don't take it personally. Get up, and just keep going. I got very emotional. She got very emotional. She was really mad after a certain situation happened. And it's natural. But then after you got mad, the next day she called me and said, you know what, I told you it's going to happen. Just carry on. It doesn't matter. And yeah, for door knocking, I also created some scripts for door knocking. There's a very simple sentence that I say. Every time I knock on doors, and I know sometimes girls are a little bit more scared, or I also was incompetent. I was afraid to door knock, especially in neighborhoods that have like Range Rovers and Mercedes, but they don't know me. They don't know me, and I don't know them. They don't know my problems, and I don't care about theirs. So all I care about is to knock on this door and find out who is behind this door. And that's exactly what I do. Since we are part of Right at Home Realty, we have 5,500 agents that are selling all over GTA. All these sales we can market, we can advertise, because the listing is not your listing, is not my listing, is not your, it's the brokerage listing. And we are allowed to advertise it without permission of a particular agent, because it's a brokerage listing. We usually ask permission, so other agents don't get, but by law, we are allowed to advertise. So we have a lot of sales in New Market, in York region. So when I door knock on this door and says, hey guys, my name is Asaf, and we sold over 40 properties in New Market alone this year. We're simply looking to assist our next client to sell their home. Can we be of service to you this year? Yes or no? And that's my pitch. That's my sentence that I give them. And either they shut the door, or they have a conversation. Oh, really, 40? And we start the conversation. And as the conversation goes, we answer. Sometimes they answer, oh, we work with an agent. I said, perfect. If you need a second opinion, let me know. My flyer's at the door. Yes?
If, for example, you have a listing with one of other guys, and then I advertise that listing, and I get the buyer for it.
Okay.
So how this going to work? Is your listing with this lady?
Okay.
And then I find a buyer.
That's your lead.
Part of the team.
Yes.
How are we going to, is it multiple representation?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean about multiple representation? Yeah. If you find, I'm not sure I understand.
You're saying you can advertise anybody's listing.
That's right.
Okay. When I advertise your listing or her listing,
okay,
we are part of the team.
Yeah.
And I get the buyer for it. Somebody who want to buy that listing. And how that...
Oh, it does a multiple representation, right? And we have to disclose that. And it happens at Right at Home all the time. That because we have so many agents, a lot of times Right at Home agent works with another Right at Home agent. But this case scenario is much better that two different agents represent two different clients. Even though we're under one umbrella, but it's still two different agents. It's better than one agent represents both sides.
Well, I'm talking about you and her in one listing, and then I bring somebody.
That's fine. It's still multiple representation.
How are you going to go? Is the commission-wise how are you going to go?
It's the same way as per our agreement. The same way as per our agreement. It has nothing to do. You brought a client or you brought a client. It's per our agreement. Okay? So, yeah. And that's my sentence for door knocking. Very easy. If they say, oh, we have a family member who is a real estate agent, I'm saying, oh, listen, it's not always the best thing to work with family members, because if something goes wrong, you can ruin your relationships. Would you agree with me? And some people say, absolutely, yes. I said, give me your email address, and I will give you some market report just if you need it. If you don't need it, just answer, they can do whatever they want. But as long as I get their contact information, I already know that they have real estate agents, but they have some conflict in the family. And everybody have conflicts in the family, right? That's the reality. So it doesn't matter what they answer, as long as you will learn the script and you will knock on enough doors, you are not going to be afraid of anybody and their responses. If they'll answer, oh, I'll never sell my home, that's fine, goodbye, I don't want to work with you either. We'll go for the next one, right? And I was door knocking in my neighborhood, and people left me a voicemail to the manager that this guy is harassing me, this guy is not leaving me alone. I can see, you remember? I let him to listen. And this guy was really upset. And I see this guy every single day when I go with my kids to the park. But I wasn't really harassing him. I just was giving flyers. And that's exactly what you need to do in order for people to remember you. That's all. And if you do that enough, all the actions that you're doing right now will give you some results 3-4 months from today. So door knocking is absolutely working. And I have received leads, and a lot better leads than from the CRM that I generate, because those leads I have been calling and calling and calling nonstop over a year, and it's like frustrating, right?
So is it correct to say that the main purpose of door knocking is to get listed, right?
Yes.
So what of the other side of the business, like getting the buyer?
Getting the buyers, once you get a listing, you also have a potential buyer, because those people that are selling their homes also might want to buy a house. But again, it's all about building your relationships, building your business. When you start getting listings, you might have somebody calling from a sign to want to buy, or from realtor.ca that wants to buy. And that's how you start to build one by one contact by one contact, and you start advertising to them. I send an email every week to my contacts. I have over 3,000 contacts that are growing, and I'm sending an email every week. What are you guys doing? Are you sending an email every week? Are you posting something on social media every week? That's how people start to recognize you as a real estate agent. I think I skipped one part about should we offer discount to our family and friends, and how should we approach this conversation when somebody is asking us for a discount or to do it for free. I'll give you a very, very good example of a person that have purchased a house for herself. And she waived the commissions because she is a real estate agent. She waived the commission because she is capable to do it. And then she started to share it with all her family and friends. And the family and friends have decided that she's going to waive her buying side commissions for them as well. So essentially, this girl is going to travel and show properties, and buying a house is not as simple as selling. Buying a house sometimes might take you half a year until you buy a house. Even if you go every day, giving offers, 1, 2, 3, 10, 15 offers until you get through. And then you waive your commissions because you shared for all your family and friends that it's a possibility, because you don't do that. That's number one. Number two, when you start your business from a side that we give a discount versus we provide value, you're discounting yourself from the beginning. People will recognize you as a discounted agent, and there are tons of those. And there are also ton of those that are not discounted. All the Remax agents never give discounts. Do you know that? They only give discount if they absolutely have to, because that's the training that they receive from Remax, and they never give discounts. Who gives discounts? Right-at-home agents give discounts, home life agents give discount, Purple Brick agents do it absolutely for free, but they also don't do anything. There's enough agents that give discount, right? So you shouldn't make it your business slogan, I'm a discounted agent. You shouldn't. I lost some clients because I didn't give discount. Because all they cared about is their pocket, their money. And they, even though I came to a client, I think you remember that, in Vaughan, I had a listing that a client, I already went, remember I asked you for help? And I came, we already did the decluttering, already gave my presentation, already came there with the sign, and he said no. I turned around and left home, and he ended up listing with an agent who he didn't do it for free, but he gave him a 1.5%, I believe, from purchasing side, and 0.5% from selling. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it for certain people that putting you in this situation, that having a conversation, at least they do have a conversation with you. I didn't have that conversation with this client. He just did it behind my back. But if you do have a conversation and they're telling you, if you're not going to help us, you know what, we are going to find somebody else that will do it. But it shouldn't be your first sentence that comes, oh, we're going to give a discount, just go with us. No, it shouldn't be like that. You should first provide value. And what is the value that you provide? Fred is not going to let me lie. We worked a week and a half for this lady, hands-on, 2 garbage bins, removed from the basement, from the main, from the garage, organized the whole house. Light fixtures were replaced in the whole house. Fred did it. I don't know. I only just didn't kiss her. I did everything for her, right? And then at the beginning, she also, because it was the first sentence that came out of Fred's mouth, that we also gonna give you cash back. And we had to do it. But if I were there, I wouldn't say that, because we have done so much, and I felt like she owes us already, from all the work. Because if you will hire a person to do it,